Well, I'm a president of the Tarrangower Cactus Control Group, and we've been going for 7 years now. We started with 3 Landcare groups in the area, joining together with Parks Victoria to try and tackle this problem. One of the things about cactus is basically it's got big spines, you know, big spines on it, very hard. They're very sharp and they go straight through your jeans. But, well, you never touch them for starters. But what you've got here is in between them, you can't see them very well, but they're very small spines. Those spines look just like that. They're barbed, right? And they go straight through your clothes. Not straight through, they take a while, but we've got gloves. We've got this sort of glove, and we've got this sort of glove, and we've got this sort of glove, and you can get welding gloves, really thick welding gloves. Those little barbs go through the welding gloves. So really, a lot of people like to use gloves, but these are the ones I wear. They're just simple disposable gloves. Because when we're doing it, quite often we're using chemical. Chemical gets in your hand, you peel them off, throw them away. Simple as that. Because nothing's going to stop them. No gloves will stop them, and the small barbs will work through your clothing and get into your skin that way. So that's the way it. The other bit of health and safety stuff is wear reasonable boots, and we all wear vests because that way we can see where it is. If someone falls over, we can find them. We've tried a lot of different tools on attacking this lovely plant. My good friend, I got it's like a crowbar. And at the end it's got a little spike, and what you do is you hit it with a crowbar, goes into the plant, pull a little thing up the top, look, that injects the chemical into the plant. Not a bad little tool, but if you carry this crowbar around for half an hour, you'll be tired. And if you look around, we've got hills, carrying crowbars around, not a good idea. Not for me anyway, I'm too lazy. Another one was, I thought, right, we're using glyphosate. The plant, full of water. What am I doing? I'm putting chemical and water into a waterlogged plant. Why don't I just put the chemical in? So I thought, well, how do you do that? So I tried freezing some glyphosate so I could push it into the plant. Well, it doesn't work. The freezing temperature of glyphosate is lower than my freezer. So I just gave up on that idea, but then I thought, well, I could buy dried chemical and put the dried chemical in the plant, it'll mix with the water in the plant, and that'll kill the plant. So here we are, this is the good one. Got a shotgun, took the pellets out of the end of the shotgun, put the dried chemical in the thing, put it into the shotgun, bang! Big noise, didn't blow my head off, I'm still alive today. But yeah, went in, splattered, you know, big splatter over here, big splatter over there, several big shots into the end of the base. Went away thinking, right, I've got it, I'm just going to have to walk around and shoot the stuff and I'll be right, that'll be it, I'll have a good time just making a lot of noise. Well, I came back a month later, or then I came back 2 months later and 6 months later, and it just kept on growing. It didn't even slow it down. So dried chemical, shooting dried chemical into it doesn't seem to work. You can give it a try, but from my experience, it doesn't work. Just like the rod's really heavy. There was another one I had with this injection system. I found out there's a tomahawk you can get. It's just a small axe, and it's got a pipe that goes into it with a hole in the end. So you can actually hit the cactus, which really works quite well. Slice it into the thing, and you squeeze the trigger, and lets the chemical in. And so it's the same thing, just going like this. It's the same thing as the crowbar. You just do this with an axe for half an hour, and your arm's tied. You do it for another half an hour, the other arm's tied. That's it. I'm off home. I give up. Don't forget, I am lazy. So it's just not worth the effort. That's the best. That's a seedling. One shape, no round wheel. The best way is just to put them on the ground and step on them. It seems to just die. But when they get larger, we use a hoe, and they get to be this size here. That you can throw on the ground, it'll grow. You can leave it in the boot of a car for 3 years. take it out of the boot, throw it on the ground, it'll grow. A lot of people do things like putting them on rocks and sheets of iron, hanging them on fences. Well, none of them work. This thing is the toughest plant I've ever known, and really, it's just very hard to kill. Like, the only way you can kill it is to actually bury it underground. You know, it doesn't need a lot of dirt, only about a foot of dirt. But yeah, rather than dig a hole, we usually get them, throw them in a bucket, take them down the tip, and there they go into the landfill and they're gone. But when they get bigger, up to this little fella's size, we use chemical. Point, put it in, make a cavity, pull that out a little bit, squeeze. There's the chemical in there. And you have to do this to every top wheel and every second one down. The best way to kill it is to kill it. Don't come back and think you're going to do it twice. This plant has already been hit on the far side of it, and you can see other plants around here that have been hit but not put enough chemical into. So you really got to make sure you get every top wheel and the next one down with this. And it's just a drench gun for drenching sheep or cattle, but with this long needle on it. It was originally used for putting in chemical into dirt. So you used to push it in a little bit, squeeze, so you put the chemical into the dirt. Now why? I have no idea. But that was found before this invention came along, or this idea came along. They used to use a screwdriver. This is how I got rid of it on my place. Just imagine this thing here with a little short needle on it, only about that long. Right? And you get a screwdriver and you stick it in, you stab it, and you wiggle it around to make a cavity. And then you put this little needle in, you put it in your squeeze, and then you do this. Now, just imagine getting a screwdriver in and hitting this plant. Now, if I miss, I have got spines stuck in my hand, and that's what used to happen. You used to go around the plant, when I was doing my place, stabbing the thing, putting the chemical in. Well, I got rid of mine that way, but I tell you, it's very painful. It takes a long time, and really is no fun at all. So the old screwdriver, this thing here, it works, and it works well. It's just simple. The chemical is glyphosate. There is not a lot of information on percentages, but we use about a third. 1/3 glyphosate, 2/3 water, and inject it with that. Now, we're hoping to do some trials on percentages and stuff like that, so when the website's going, in time, we'll have this stuff up, but we've got to do tests on how much chemical, what time of year, what weather conditions. It's quite complicated, but if we can do that, we may save other people some money, save you some money. Yeah. We've got a lot of tools, but probably the best tool we've got is we've got together and realised that get the best weapon the world has ever seen to work on your side. And the best, most vicious, nastiest weapon you've ever seen in your life is right here in front of you. It's people. So we get people. And that's what we're trying to do, is trying to educate people, trying to spread the knowledge, and we help each other. Don't make it too hard for each other to do, but if we can just keep at it, and persistence is the best thing, one of the best human traits. And we'll just persist, and we will get there. Even though it's huge problem, takes a long time to kill a plant, but we will get there through just persistence and friendliness. People out there in the TV world, yeah, come along, come and join us.